Hey everybody, and welcome back for another exciting episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the last episode, we did that shrine and made our way downtown. Over to, well, this area from the Great Plateau. So in this episode, we're pretty much just gonna do more of the same, do more exploring, get some more Korok seeds, which we're gonna get right now. And overall, just have a nice relaxing romp through this world. It's beautiful, beautiful world. Oh crap. Darn it. Now this these rock golf, I guess, Korok seeds are kind of annoying to get. They're really annoying to get, some of them anyway, but most of them, but it's the nice thing is that they give you a lot of tries in order to do it. Yeah, that's right, you fall down there. Take that, bro. So that's very fortunate that they let you do that. Hit. Oh come on, that was right on the rim. It's very nice that they give you a lot of tries to do it in. Helps if you're bad like I am. This is like the one thing in this game that I just can't get a hold of. Hit. Come on. Still every time on that corner. You're gonna need to adjust more. Crap. I'm not close enough. You can be closer. Get it! Not even close. I'm gonna use up all my tries here. I didn't do this bad the first time. Okay, go! There we go. Bounced in. Nothing but net. Not really. Yeah, so some of these are harder than others, but overall, they're probably the most annoying Korok seeds to get in my opinion. Anyway, we're just gonna go and cross this bridge again. If you look around, you can see there are more of those pillars there, like that one over there, and then there's one on the other side of the mountain that we climbed before. There's one on that mountain that we saw in the last episode. We didn't climb it or anything. And this guy just patrols this bridge. We talked to him last time. There's a chest over there. This is a new enemy, an Octorok. They're easy to deal with if you have arrows. And they also give you some interesting drops. They give you octo balloons, which we will be using in a future side quest. They give you Octorok tentacles too, which aren't as important because they're just used for making elixirs, like the other ones, like the other monster parts. I think you can even make elixirs from guardian parts. There we go. There's a chest here that's useful to get. Oh, a boomerang, yeah. This is our first example of a boomerang type weapon. And that's another thing people said. I kind of got off this in the last episode, that people were complaining that there were no boomerangs in this game, but there clearly are. This is a boomerang. And you can use it as a sword, or you can also use it to throw like that, and it'll come right back to you. It's really kind of satisfying to hit an enemy with it and play with it in general. Here's another Korok seed under here. And this is going to be the last little thing we get before we go head over to Impa. We could go over to that stable there, but there's not really anything I want to do over there quite yet. We'll just use this. You can also climb onto the back of these that you throw. And you can actually use them as decent transportation. I've never actually gotten one to work for me that well, but I've seen videos and stuff of people using them. It's actually pretty funny when you get Link flying on one of them. Any goodies? Nope. Yeah, you can also just swim across rivers like this. But since we don't have any gear that lets us swim faster, which we get that later on, it's very hard to do it now. So it's best just to use cryonis, whatever it's called. So a thing about the wanted level is you look at the question mark above his head, it'll slowly fill up red, like so. So if you break the line of sight and just hide behind something, then you can eliminate that factor. But otherwise, you're gonna want to watch out. For them. Oh no! There we go. You're gonna want to watch out for the, what was I talking about? The exclamation mark? Yeah. If you want to be stealthy. Nice little cedar stake there. Sneaky river snail. Those are useful for sneaking. Now, items and gear that makes you sneakier, you can actually use to crap, I don't have like any weapons. Let me use this. You can use them to increase your stealth. So yeah, most of the time in those, as an aside, most of the time in those metal crates you'll get cooked items and rupees and arrows for the most part. But yeah, when you eat like a stealth item, it'll up your stealth so you make less noise. Man, it's like Twilight Princess up in here, getting all these different kinds of rupees and being told what they are. That is one major thing about Twilight Princess that I do dislike, although I do love that game, is that in the original release of it, it would tell you every time you got a rupee, every time you booted up the game, what kind of rupee it was. Like, oh, you got a green rupee in a chest, you better collect a lot of these, or just got it off the ground. And that's an annoying thing. There's a wall over there. Interesting. There's so much to do. I want to go up here and loop around that way. And go that way. And go that way. And do everything. Let's actually, so I don't forget, let's put a pin in it. Oh, also a neat little thing here is, let's turn that into a stamp. Do a star. So the farther you get from like a rock that's a destructible rock, it'll actually disappear after a while. That's one rendering thing I know about in this game. As far as anything else, I don't really have a great deal of knowledge on. Gotta watch out for that boulder the first time you're coming up here. To get this Korok seed, just follow the flowers. Oh, there's an eagle. Um, this up here is a little grove. Not really grove. A little bit of that's an extra area. We're not gonna go there until much later, but because it's pretty off the beaten path. Oops, whatever. I don't care about him. Up there is a nice place to get some apples. Ooh, you see that? It's raining. That's another mechanic a lot of people don't like about this game is that it rains. And unfortunately, when it rains, you can't climb anything because it's too slick. Which I mean, like, makes sense. Well, it's like this isn't even real rain. This is just like yeah. See, vertical surfaces are slippery, and that is an annoying thing about this game. I'm just gonna hang out here. Has it stopped? No, it's still wet. You stopped yet? Come on. Texture is still wet. Wait, has it stopped? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's another thing people find annoying. But I don't know if it's raining somewhere and I want to go somewhere, like for instance climb up this, I'll either wait for the rain to stop or just or do something else, to be honest, because it's not that big a deal to wait for rain. There's a chest over there. Over here there's a few chests about, I believe. Yeah, there's one there. Ooh, an Octorok. I believe that's our second type of Octorok, the Forest Octorok. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste it. Even though we do have 130 of them. This is a lot of fish here too. If I had another type of arrow, I'd totally use it to go fishing here. Because bomb arrows aren't you can use bomb arrows to catch fish. They're not the ideal way to catch fish, as far as arrows go. If you didn't catch by the name of that fish we just got, there are certain other types of fish you can get besides the Hyrule bass. And the thing about them is that they have different status effects that it can give you, such as the Staminok bass. You can actually come on, I dare you. Bring it. It can actually give you a stamina boost. Oops. Didn't parry it. Yeah, you can parry the Octorok bullets. Not bullets, rocks. So you don't have to worry about getting hit. Yeah, and there are plenty of types of mushrooms that give you all different status effects when you cook them and all that. And this is our first example of a merchant. Spotted by the fire. There is no fire because it rained. So you can sell to him, but you can also buy from him. So hardy truffles give you a boost in health after you cook them. Swift carrots, same thing as the swift shrooms that we cooked earlier. And usually, well, a lot of the time that these merchants will have arrows. I usually try to always buy the arrows out of them. You can take this axe too. It'll yell at you. Yeah. Saying if it were important, he wouldn't leave it lying around. I'll just throw a rock at him. He'll freak out. Under these rocks, sometimes there'll be like frogs and stuff, and oops, I missed. And there'll also be like another thing. What's the other thing? There'll also be rupees sometimes, stuff like that. Rock salt is actually one of the less important items we're gonna get. It's just kind of a thing that's there. It's not that important. It's only important really for cooking. Let's see. This Korok seed here. These are by far like the easiest Korok seeds to find and to like get from. Here is this rare ore that gold ore we just exploded is rare ore, and it'll drop like topaz and sapphires and rubies and sometimes diamonds. Diamonds are extremely rare and the most valuable form of ore you can get in this game. Now here's another example of a fire thing that we could use, but there is no fire, so we have to make our own. Let's see this. Yeah, he has a soldier's broadsword. Yeah, there we go. Get another one of those. We can get rid of. Shoot, I don't know. I have to keep that around. We can get rid of that. Because even though a weapon would have a higher attack power, doesn't mean it's necessarily better. So like for instance, is there anything around here? No. For instance, that that thing I just got, the even though the farming hoe has more attack up front than the sword does, it's not as good because it soldier's shield is pretty good. Oops, I pressed the whistle. That's for your horse when we get one here in a little bit. But anyway, the even though the farming hoe has more attack than this broadsword, it's not as good of a weapon, because if you look at the as with a farming hoe, there you can get fewer attacks in as you attack. Use a mighty thistle. There are all sorts of herbs, plants in this world that you can use to get different status effects. Like the mighty thistle, you can cook it and use it to up your attack. All that sort of things. Not hard concepts to grasp. What do we got? Okay. Got this over here. Over here, we got a chest on magnesis. Nice. We got another skull. We can tackle. Come on, climb. Well, let's see if we can't not use that. We're using soldier's bow. Yeah, I got him. Always use the right bow for the job. It can be very beneficial to be sure you kill a guy in one hit, as opposed to multiple hits. It can be very good on you to make sure you kill guys with fewer hits, such as using the explosions and such, and stuff and things. Man, we have a lot of those. Shoot. Boomerang isn't that good, but man, we have, how many of those do we have now? We have 4 of them, or 5. Yeah, we have 5. Yeah, we're gonna have to start. That is weird. There were keys here, right there on the little tooths, but now there aren't. This over here is a Korok leaf, so don't really bother getting it. It's not that important. Even though there are like 4 treasure chests in this area here. You don't need the Korok leaf for the to get them, or to move the ship, because you can just as easily just swim to that middle island there, or use Cryonis to get them. Also, there's a little Korok seed on this tiny island. Throw the rock in the water. I think that one, crap. One of these, oh, I don't want to talk to you. One of these, yeah, this one has a soldier spear. It's not that useful, so we're not gonna pick it up. I mean, although the spears are less powerful, they do have their uses as far as how fast you can actually attack with them. Let's drop that. So that is gonna be our another thing. Here's the chest. Now this lake is shallow enough that you can actually like stand on top of the chest. And this kind of reminds me of like in older Zelda games where you could actually like spawn underneath the chest. Or spawn above the chest. Or the chest could spawn underneath you in like certain rooms. If you could get there fast enough. Did I kill something? Yep. Yeah, that's Amber. Amber alert, Amber alert. I haven't seen an Amber alert recently. Oh no, never mind, I did. Oh, there's 5 chests in this area. Can we get it from here? Yes, we can. Can we kill a fish along the way? Yes, we can. Oops. Yeah, we're not gonna bother. Just leave that fish to the fishes. It's gonna sleep with the fishes tonight. Let's see. What's in here? What's in the box? It is Ember. Nice. Although not entirely useful. For the moment. I don't wanna. Yeah, get that guy. Kill him, or try to anyway. Let's use up some of our weapons, such as our broadswords. Ow. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, more often than not, these archer bokoblins will actually drop arrows, so it's a good idea to go ahead and grab them while you can. Let's see, what else we got? Our claymore, that could be useful. The thing about the woodcutter's axe especially is it does have quite a bit of durability, which is a very good thing. Especially for like a weaker weapon like this. Can we reach that? We can. Yeah, there's a limited range on your runes, which is kind of a shame, but I mean you get it at the same point, so I couldn't go all the way up to the top there and fire a beam down to this chest here. Kinda gotta be careful in this area because of there used to be an Octorok. Huh. There used to be an Octorok around here. When was the last time I was here? Strange. Oh, it's broke goblins now. Oops. He just punt his head into the drink. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Where's our bombs? There's our bombs. Another soldier's spear. Oh well. I thought it was like a piece of amber or something. So let's see. Go up here. Get up our second tower. It's really our first tower we're climbing. Look at the scenery. Look around, see what we can see. Can't see much because of that big old mountain. But we'll be climbing it soon in the next episode. Step on the platform. Look out there. See all the stuff. Just look around. Not really a whole lot to talk about. Just to see what's up in this area. There we go. Made it to the top. Most of these towers are pretty straightforward as far as your climbing goes. Scanning area. And we have the map filled in. Regional map extracted. Sheikah Slate updated. Now we get the Sheikah sensor, which we can use to find shrines, mostly, for the most part, currently anyway. It'll start beeping when we're by a shrine. It'll make that annoying blip every time we move towards it. Yeah, it'll only blip when we're moving towards it. That's neat. You can kind of see like the water levels where it's like shallower there and then deeper in the middle. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and not dive, but glide all the way over here to the top of this because there are a couple chests up here I want to get. Or not. Just some barrels. Barrels are still good. Apples, still fine. Another woodcutter's axe that could be useful. Cooking pot. You know, I always think there's more here than there actually is. And that's always disappointing. Oh no, there is a chest. I was right. See, just come on, put a piece of flint in the chest. Hello. Goodbye. I wish when you stuck through a axe at like a tree, it would just stick in there. That'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna go ahead and just, well, actually, we're gonna go ahead and stop back at the top of the tower. And in the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and explore the dueling peaks, explore the mountain, and explore the 4 shrines that are around it. So, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it an episode there. So, with that, I'll see you guys next time.